Hey everybody, Thursday the 22nd of November now. Well, it's actually just gone midnight, so I thought I'd give you a quick bench update on all these kits I'm working on. Currently working on the ICM ambulance, which you can see here, the Copper State Models Lanchester armoured car here, the Wingnut Wings Fokker E4 here, and of course some other projects I've got which I've stalled, the Valkyrie, the B2. Still haven't thrown the Concorde in the bin, but probably will eventually. So I thought I'd let you know where we are. So Fokker E4, cockpit's all done. Fuselage is all made up and got the stitching on the bottom and everything. I masked off and sprayed some Mr. Surfacer 1200 on the front, ready to do the metalwork. And then thought, well, that's daft, I need to do the camouflage first, and then I can hold this while I do the metalwork. I don't really want to be handling the metalwork to do the camouflage, so I need to work on this spine, get this all lovely, which is pretty much there now. And then I got a bit of mismatch there when I assembled it. Actually, there's no pins or anything in here to assemble the fuselage, and I think it must have moved after I'd glued it. But not to worry, it's just a flat surface, and I mean, as long as there's no seam there, it's fine. It doesn't have to be perfectly level because it was doped linen anyway. So that'll all look great when it's all painted and camouflaged. The nose on this version, if you want to build it, if you do if you do any of them, you have to remove some detail, some raised detail on the cowl, and then this is actually photo etch added on. And you have to do that on either this version, which I'm doing the standard version, or the prototype with the 3 machine guns. Not quite sure why. Obviously this is a E3 or an E2 cowl or something, and rather than remold it, they've just added photo etch parts to go on top, so you've got some plating there to protect it underneath the machine guns. You saw the article I did about rolling the barrels for the machine guns. Well, there they are, all painted up and everything and looking lovely. I just noticed my fingers are covered in brown paint from doing the wheels on the ambulance, which you'll see in a minute. So yeah, they're very nice. I'm really pleased with the way they've come out, and very happy with the Edar brass as well. I've noticed one thing, I've made a mistake. I fitted the sights on there, and they have to go through here somehow. So we have to bend the sights back and then bend them back up and touch them up. So if you're building this kit, put the guns through first and then fit the sights. But obviously I need to do all this metal work on here before I put the guns in. So that's that, and it's my first ever attempt at doing a wooden prop. So all I've done here is used a pencil to mark out where I think the wood would be. This one's just going to have the 3 colours on it, and then I've used some watercolour. Well, it's not watercolour, it's Viejo game colour, very much watered down, over some Tamiya light brown, and then I'm going to finish it all off with oils and try and get the woodwork on there. It's really funny actually, because in the actual Wingnut Wings instructions it said, from photographs it appears that the majority of Fokker E4s had brown painted propellers with no stickers on them, no transfers on them, and the picture right next to the statement shows this particular plane that I'm building with the wood showing on the propellers. So had to do that. What else have we got here? The tail skid is there. That's all wood grained and everything. I need to paint the framework now in that greeny grey colour. So that's all ready to go. Undercarriage legs are built. Drilled some holes in them, ready for the rigging to go through. And you've got this bit down here, which is part of what would be the ailerons if it had ailerons. This aircraft, I don't know if you know, it doesn't have ailerons. It actually has twisting wings. I think it was one of the last Fokker aircraft to have that. So that's the Fokker E4 out the way. The armoured car, as you've seen, I've got the brass bucket on there, which is lovely if you've watched the build. Got some bits of photo etch on there. If you've watched this part 1 of this build, I've done nothing on it since. I've been doing I don't know what really. I've seemed to have, 2 evenings seem to have gone, and I've really done pretty much nothing. I've painted these wheels and tyres tonight for the ambulance. So you can see there I painted the wheels with a wood grain. I painted the rim silver. I've painted the centre of the hub in a metallic grey colour. Then I've hairsprayed it, well, masked off the tyre, hairsprayed it, painted it grey, then rubbed it all back to remove some of the paint, which you can see there, to give it a weathered effect. And then I've painted the tyre. That is a mixture of, because they tell you in the instructions to use XF19, but it looks to me like it's more of a, it's like the colour of a rubber band, really, these early tyres. So that's Guns Sail colour, I can't remember what the number is now, and Tamiya XF19 are just a brushful in, I don't know, in 10 brushfuls. So it's like 8 to 10 to 1 of that. So I think that's a more accurate colour. So I think they look absolutely lovely. And when you put them against the wood like this, I think it looks really, really nice. I'm kind of tempted to leave this like it is, with the wood exposed, and sort of the story is there was a shortage of paint, so they were sending them over with no paint on them. I don't know, you know, just sort of paint all the metalwork grey. I don't know. I think what I'll do is hairspraying it and then just sort of knocking it back a bit. But this is a lovely little kit. It just goes together like a dream. I've had no fit issues or anything. These fenders are a bit of an unpositive location, but saying that, it's all in scale. You've got these tiny little tabs underneath that locate the those fenders, and it's lovely. It really is nice. I've just put some iron on there, which is on the floor, which is ready to be polished up, and then when I do the grey, I'll scratch it back and have the feet, where the feet rub, showing through, and also the wood. So where they've been getting in and out here, the wood will be scuffed away, and then where the feet have been, especially the drivers, the grey will be scuffed away to show the metalwork underneath. So and I've also done the seat, wherever that is. I haven't got it out at the moment, but the seat is it's got quite a nice finish on it. Obviously you've seen the chassis before. Glued the bonnet together. I'm very tempted to glue the bonnet on, because although I've drilled the holes here ready to put the spark plug leads in for the ignition packs on the inside, whatever they're called, but there's a lot of other detail on the bulkhead which I don't have, and I don't want to scratch build, and I'll probably never take the bonnet off anyway. So it's quite a nice fit. It kind of drops on quite nicely. There's some eye bolts on the side and they kind of get in the way, so you can see it's a little bit awkward, but it does fit rather nicely, as you can see there. So yeah, I don't know, I might do some work in there, we'll see. To be honest, I'm getting a bit burnt out on this ambulance, because it seems to, I've built it and now I'm at the paintwork stages. I seem to be doing a lot of touching up on the wood and not seem to be getting anywhere with it. I want to do some weathering inside and maybe put some blood on the floor or something, I don't know. But I want to do this kind of a bit beat up and a bit used. So yeah, we shall see how that one comes out. I'll show you the seat. Let's get this stuff out of the way. I think the seat came out really, really nice. You can see all the indentations in it. And all I ever do here, that is painted actually with Revell Tyre Black. And all I ever do, it's quite disgusting, if you've got greasy fingers, rub your finger on the top, rub your fingers on the surface. If you want to depict some sort of leatherish, you know, cover or whatever, and you can get this kind of sheen on the raised detail. And if you really want to go for it, rub your finger in the corners of your nose and you can really get some shine going on. And you can see that you kind of get quite an effective sort of leathery type of sheen to it. It works really well with the red brown. I think I probably showed you this on the Fokker DR1. So so there we go. So that's a quick bench update from me. I'm going to concentrate on getting this ambulance finished, I think. Tomorrow I'll get this fuselage primed up, and then on Friday probably start on the camouflage. This needs some really careful paintwork to make it look like it's dirty canvas that's been stained and not really well stained. And speaking to Richard at the on the wingnut stand at Scale Model World, he was saying that these planes were actually quite shiny. I don't know. I really don't want a shiny World War I aircraft. I want really make it dull and dead flat looking. I don't know. Artistic license or accuracy, we'll see. So yeah, anyway, there we go. Thanks for watching. Oh, one more thing. I just want to show you this. This is a crappy old wing off of a Revell 132nd HE111. I managed to spill glue on it, and I contacted Revell and I said, I've gone and spilt glue on this wing. Will you sell me a couple of new wing panels? I tried to wrench it open and fix it, but made a mess of it. And they sent them through free of charge. I couldn't believe it. But then they know I'm a good customer because I've had quite a few bits off them in the past. I've done a test with Wingnut Wings decals or decals because people keep saying about they're quite difficult to put down, and they tend to react in lots of funny different ways. This one has been put down. This is basically Tamiya XF24, I think, grey, and then it's covered with aqua gloss, 2 coats, and then just left as it is. This one is, these are the spare decals out of the E4. So I've cut 2 of them in half. This has had nothing under it and nothing on top of it, and it's gone down very, very nice. So as long as you don't have any air bubbles, it looks like they go down absolutely fine. So then what I did, once I'd done that, I put some Microsol over the top of it, and it didn't seem to make any difference. This one was put down with Microset under it, and then Microsol on the top, as you would with any normal decal, and it's lovely. It's responded really, really nicely. It's gone down. It's by far the best. This one is Mr. Softer only, and this one is Mr. Setter and Softer. So which one is that? You put the green one on first. Sorry, this one is with the Mr. Softer, which is the green one. So that's Mr. Softer underneath, Mr. Softer on top. This one is Mr. Setter underneath and Mr. Setter on top, because something I don't know with these, the Mr. Hobby ones, it's these I'm talking about. The instructions on this one tell you to put it underneath and then put it on top, I think. The other one, the blue one, which is the white stuff, this one tells you to put it underneath and put it on top. So I don't know which you're supposed to use. Once they'd all gone off, I sort of put some Flory wash over them to see how well the detail came out. You know, this is over the gloss decal, and you can see by far this is the best one, and second is that one. So really, you're better off with your Microset and Sol, or nothing, and then put some Sol afterwards. And then I did a rub down test, and you can see, even with nothing on, you can rub these and weather these down, and they go down really, really nice. I'm really, really impressed. I won't use that. It's a brand new sanding stick. But yeah, you can really, really rub away at them, and they don't seem to peel up or anything. So yeah, if you're doing a really, really weathered, beat up plane and you want to do some fading, I mean, look at that. It's fantastic. I also did it on this one. This one seems to be a lot harder wearing. So there we go. So that's my test of the Cartograph decals you get in Wingnut Wings kits. So not really too much to worry about, really. I'm going to go with that one, I think. Use the Set and Sol. Anyway, thanks for watching. There'll be more updates and builds coming very shortly. I want to get this one finished off, get the armoured car finished off, and get this Fokker finished off, and then we'll see what's going to be next. I have won another couple of kits on eBay today, both World War I related, and one of them I think is going to be a buddy build with another of our YouTube, or YouTubers should I say. And I think what we're going to do is do a buddy build. I'll do a review of the kit. He'll probably do a review of the kit, and then we'll probably invite a lot of other people to come along and join us if they want. But yeah, it's a World War I tank, and it's a bit different. So I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.